Drivers, start your engine!
RPL, RPL, RPL. Let's go racing and keep a lead. It's Gavin on the comms tonight. If Carlsberg did racing, this would be top tier ballin'. Not just a league, this is legend calling. From the grid to the checker, we don't lift, we send it. RPL's the limit, and we just bent it. Slick with the gear shifts, quick with the draft. Every move calculated, every lap. Craft, turbo scream, engine dreams. This ain't a sim, it's a full-blown team. RPL, where the fast don't.
Drivers, start your engine!
RPL, RPL, RPL. Let's go racing and keep a lead. It's Gavin on the comms tonight. Carlsberg did racing, this would be top tier ballin'. Not just a league, this is legend calling. From the grid to the checker, we don't lift, we send it. RPL's the limit, and we just bent it. Slick with the gear shifts, quick with the draft. Every move calculated, every lap. Craft, turbo scream, engine dreams. This ain't a sim, it's a full-blown team. RPL, where the fast don't sleep, and the slow get left in a rubber burn heap. Precision like a scalpel, attitude like a pit bull. If you're in this league, you ain't just good, you're mythical. Lights out and we're gone like a shot from a gun. This is Formula One, but with more fun. Traction control, just so. We race with heart, we play our part, in a league where the legends leave their mark. So buckle up, son, you're the great net. I'll be it all forever. Let's go to Wakefield. You keep a leg, you keep a leg. Buckle up, son, feel the grip hit. RPL forever. Let's go racing, and keep a lead. And keep alert.
Drivers, start your engine!
Well, good evening and welcome from Gavin Bass 1 from the RPL Bronze Division here on the Monday night, and we're in the Netherlands. We're on a one-shot quali, so I just need to get a few things together and we'll be on it. Good evening to everybody watching. At this moment in time, I can't see my Twitch, but I'm just going to... I can't see my Twitch, that sounds really weird. But I'm going to go on very, very shortly and... check things out. But we're on with PGF RVJ in the kick, and I'm just going to stay on board with him because it's just a one-shot quali, and I always just pick somebody at random. So, I'll speak in a while. I'm just going to get things set up on my computer. And here come your results. Mad Mark V55 gets a 1:11.752. PGF RGJ is in the second place there. And just whenever the screen comes back, we'll get all the rest of them. But well done to Mad Mark V55 and to PGF RVJ for their first and second positions. And there you have it. David in third, Quitpig in fourth, and Denelop is fifth. Wooly is in sixth. Unicorn is in seventh. Hey Unicorn. Hey Maddie in eighth. And I'm Gavin Bass 1, and this is the the RPL League on a Monday night, and this is the Bronze Division. This is the final. This is the final race before the season starts next week. So this is really the one where the drivers are wanting to put their markers down and let everybody see what they've got. So there's only 8 on the grid tonight for obvious reasons. There are some people... sorry, I'm getting messages on Twitch there. I'll read them out in a wee second. My friend from America, Willie Coyote, he's wishing me well and giving me a bit of jip as usual. He's a real funny guy, actually. So just let me just get on to my channel and pick up here, and hopefully then I will start to get on top of things. So the Grog Hoarders have said hello. Willie Coyote has said hello. Mischief, well, let's go, Gavin. Yes, Mischief, looking forward to our race in the Silver League. But we're not on here about the Silver League. We're on about the Bronze League, and this is a very, very crucial race for some people tonight, so that they can get their stamp on this league and start putting out some warning signs to the other drivers to let them know that they're going to be here. But we're on the grid and we've got green lights already, and they're off. And Mad Mark V55 on the outside. The kicks will be inside, and then the McLaren in behind that of Quick Pig. So Mad Mark takes P1 in the very first couple of corners of this race in the Netherlands. We'll have a quick look at the tyre details, and an interesting one. Some people are out on softs for the first few laps, and then we've got one David who's on the hards, and everybody else is on the mediums. So we've got lap 1 on its way, and up to now seems clean, but I can see somebody way out on to the gravel. So the yellow flag is out. No safety car as such, but just a warning flag to just watch around, as I think it was Willie Asp or possibly Quit Pig that went out onto the gravel. And yes, now that I've settled down, Wiley Coyote, it's lovely to hear from you. I hope you're keeping well, hope your commentary's going well, and I hope your leagues are doing well, as Mad Mark gets a 1:17.207 fastest lap. And he is steady, to say the least. He is steady. I've got a feeling this is Mad Mark's night tonight, because he's in clean air. He has a pretty decent clean driver behind him, and it looks like he could settle down for a very steady, accurate drive here. So I'm going to dive on to Matty in P5, and I'm just going to watch Matty. He's in the Red Bull, and he's chasing down the Mercedes of David at the minute. Matty was on earlier with me, and he was certainly showing an awful lot of pace. He certainly had a lap time in quali in the practice session of under 111. I think it was 110.8 to be absolutely certain. But he's chasing down David at the moment, and I would say when he gets round to the start and finish line here, it looks like he's going to have DRS. So this should be quite an easy overtake, and something that Matty should find fairly easy. But he's rushed it. He's rushed it, and he's made a mistake, and he's gone into the wall. I don't know if there's any damage, or even whether the damage is turned on there. That looks to me like the damage is maybe not turned on. But who knows? And we'll just ride aboard with the leaders at the moment. That looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race, because Mad Mark still holds that lead on his 2-lap-old mediums. That's a really good sign for Mad Mark, because he's holding P1 on mediums, and he's got PGF, RVJ, and both Denelope behind him, and they're both riding on soft tyres. So if Mad Mark can do this, you can now stop mispronouncing my name. LOL, I've changed my name to Nobody. Nobody? Oh, I don't believe that. You'll have to give me an explanation why they call yourself Nobody after calling you Wile E. Coyote. Really good to hear from you, and we've got 8 or 9 viewers on here at the moment, so I hope everybody at home is enjoying themselves. As I say, this is an opportunity for dads to show their kids how to drive, or their kids how to show their dads how to drive. So I always say, welcome them all on board, get them on board, get them in front of the TV there and give them a cheer. And if there's anything at all that you would like me to announce, or any banter or crack within players, or any cheers you want to give to any of the certain drivers, just shout them out there, and I'll only be too pleased to announce those for you. So again, this is Gavin Bass 1, and we are in the RPL Bronze Division here on a Monday night, and this is the final race before the season start next week. But there's one driver here just seems to be displaying a little bit of class, and that's Mad Mark V55 in P1. Good friend of mine. Sort of left the racing for a wee while, sort of fell out of love with it, and then at the tail end of the 24 game, he started to pick up things again, and now that this 2025 game's out, and I must admit, and I'm sure everybody agrees, apart from maybe the mystery round tyres and things like that, I think everybody could agree this is one heck of a good game this year. The handling of the car, in my opinion, is absolutely top notch. You can ride the curves, and there's lots of good things you can do here. But while I'm waffling on here, I'm trying to see if there's any battles going on, as Mad Mark still holds that P1, and he's now pulled out of the DRS activation time. So he could just move on here and keep the PGF RVJ off his DRS. He should be able to romp on home here, because he's on the mediums, and those softs will definitely start to show some wear and tear before those mediums certainly do. But yeah, we'll ride on board with David here, or David, and he's chasing down Quick Pig in this McLaren. I was going to give you a whole pile of statistics about safety car, but there was quite a high percentage chance of a safety car at 67%, and I think it was 40% as a chance of a virtual safety car. I know the pit stop loss time is 25 seconds, and I do know that the stoppage time in the pits is between 2.7 and 3 seconds for the tyre change. So those are all interesting, but one thing that is more interesting is this tyre, knowing what tyres to put on and what tyres not to put on. But we're all learning it. And the biggest thing that we all had to learn very, very quickly, to a lot of people's disappointment, was that they need to slow down going into the pits. If you use the same technique as you used before in the 2004-24 game, I can assure you, you'll pick up a 10-second penalty. And in these short races, that's very, very hard to gain back. So it's vital that you don't pick up the speeding. But nice little battle starting to come on here, as Denolop is on the tail of Quit Pig. He's got DRS, and I'm fully expecting a pass on this start-finish straight, or even earlier height into the right-hander going into it. But as Matt showed earlier there, you've got to take patience here. There's no point activating your DRS when you're on the curb. That can be recipe for disaster. That can spin the tyres up and give you a problem. But we're on board here, and we're just going to see if this guy Denolop, which I don't know, can make the pass. And he certainly goes for the outside pass, which was strange, but he seems to be making it stick. But they're very close together going round here to the left-hander. Did they give themselves enough room there, or did that Ferrari get a touch? I'm not too sure, but I'm sure the rest of the drivers are glad to be away from that. Certain that it was nothing sinister, just a racing accident, but could have been avoided possibly. But Mad Mark hasn't got it all in his own now. He's got this guy PGF RVJ on his tail in the kick, and he ain't going away. He's now back in that zone where he can pick up the draft and the DRS from Mad Mark. So Mad Mark's in a vulnerable position now. 6-lap-old hards versus, 6-lap-old mediums versus 6-lap-old softs. And I'm just going to stick the telemetry up here and have a look at to see what is going on. So here we're on with this kick of PGFRJ, and he's tracking down Mad Mark on lap 8 of 25 here in the Netherlands. This is the bronze division of RPL on a Monday night, and it's great to be here. And this track has really, really well separated. There's nobody really fighting apart from these two guys, so I'm going to have to stay on board with PGF RVJ as he tries to take that position 1 off Mad Mark, who's not making it easy for him. Let me just have a wee look at Mad Mark. He's holding on to 43% the battery, and the race control has given 3-second penalty to Denelop, and that's not what he wants, that's for sure. On these short races, if it's going to be close at the end, those penalties can pay. But Mad Mark has just pulled away again from PGF RVJ, and he's out of that DRS zone again. So a very separated race so far, and I can just hope that they can gather up and get into some sort of a better race in the pit stops. So I wonder how many laps these guys are going to do on the soft tyres this evening. I would guess they're going to do about 10 at the very most, and then they're maybe going to jump on and do 15 in the mediums. But 10, 11 max, I would say. Matty's been in the pits and he's put on a set of hard tyres, so Matty's strategy has dramatically changed and he's now going for the second stint on hards, and he'll remain on those hards, I would say, until the end of the race. So he's got 26 laps to do, or 16 laps to do on the hard tyres, and they'll do that okay. So there's no real worry of punctures. But back on board with PGF RVJ, and he's still trying to track Mad Mark down, but Mad Mark is driving a smart race, and he's just keeping them at bay. And he's just giving that ERS a little squeeze whenever he sees PGF RVJ starting to come a little closer to his tail. But he's in real good clean air now. He's driving as smooth as butter. He has sprinkled the magic juice all over his roast beef and his Yorkshire pudding, mashed potatoes, 3 veg, and his roasties this evening. And whatever he has put on there, he has definitely put some adrenaline into his veins this evening, as he now is into an over 2-second lead on the second position of PGF RVJ. If you're listening to me, Mad Mark V55, and the whole world and the public and anybody watching this stream, this is a superb I'm trying to find the right word here, but this is a superb demonstration of a fast driver pretending to be slow, sandbagging like the Jesus, driving in a bronze league that's well capable of probably driving in the gold league, but definitely should be in the silver league. But Mad Mark, you have to start off. You went down and you give it up for a while and you have to start off. But I tell you, buddy, if you continue to drive like this, you will get a league win. And there it is. There's the Deneliop has just picked up his 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So he's having a wee bit of a careless race tonight with his 3-second stop, a 3-second track warning. And he has also picked up this added extra 10 seconds. So I'm on with Unicorn. Unicorn sometimes gets a bit grumpy with Gavin Bass 1 because he's not getting enough TV time. So I'm going to give him time because he's earned the right to, because he's pulled up and he's now behind PGF RVJ. And if Unicorn can show Uncle Gavin that he can get on the back of this car, well, I'm going to stay with you and I'm going to have a watch at you. But if you can't catch that car, I'm not going to hang about. Let's be having you, Unicorn. Let's be having you. Oh, it's all on camera for you to see, but you just got a 3-second penalty. You got a lot of gravel on the tyres there. Maybe Uncle Gavin put you off, I don't know. Hope I didn't. But keep her lit. Lap 12:25, RPL Monday night, and this is your bronze division. And this is the last race before we go into the season for real. So I'm going to bounce back up to P1 here, and that's Mad Mark V55 in this Alpine. And I would like to dedicate a song to Mad Mark tonight, because I think it's very relevant. And you know, he's driving along there, he's got his vape in his hand, he's got his red wine in the other hand, he's waving at the crowd, and he's singing, oh, I do like to be beside the seaside, I'm sandbagging like a fucking tree, I'm a lot faster than this, but I'm cruising round, oh, Mad Mark, oh, Mad Mark, be honest. Keep her lit and give us a wee twirl around the corner, buddy. My friend is laughing at me. No bloody wonder he's laughing at me. This is a crazy Irishman from the Northern Ireland in Great Britain, and I'm commenting on this league, and Mad Mark is cruising. I know, Mischief, it's not good. The separation is dreadful. So for anyone watching and wants to understand a wee bit more about the RPL League on a Monday night, this is the Bronze League. It's a one-shot quali, and then after that we have got this, I think it's a 30 or 35% race. But these guys, more than likely, most of them sort of move their way up into the different tiers in the league. But I think the administrators and the owner of this league has restricted this league to 10 drivers to keep it clean and to keep it competitive. But yeah, I'm just looking and taking in a lot of information here. It's not my place to give anybody advice. I'm just enjoying the comms of this race, and I just don't know who to go on with. They're all very lonely, but we'll go down them one. And I'll give you a little... here's Mad Mark. He's Mad Mark V55. In my opinion, and humble opinion that it is, he's one of the best F1 commentators in all of the leagues that I've ever come across. Good guy, funny guy, says what he wants, doesn't try to offend anybody, and if he does offend anybody, he makes it very well known that it's not intentional. He's just a funny guy with a fantastic sense of humour. He has his own style of commentating, and it's very original, and nobody will ever be better than this guy. Real good friend of mine, and he's having a good race tonight. He's going to have a lot of smiles on his face, and well deserved it'll be if he can keep it in this P1 position. Then we're down to Quit Pig. Quit Pig's always there and thereabouts. He's driving this McLaren tonight. But I'm sure the administrators and owners are having a good close look at these times. Like over a 25-lap race in a bronze division, this really should be a lot more equal. Now, I don't know whether the wrong drivers are in the wrong leagues or the wrong standard of drivers are in the wrong league. I just don't know. Maybe the wrong cars, possibly. But David and Quick Pig have gone into the pits, and they have then put on David's put on a set of softs, and Quit Pig has put on a set of hards. Now, David, I'm not too sure if those softs will last 10 laps. They might, but it's a ballsy move, and I hope it comes off for you. Then we go down to this lad here, Deneliop GR. I've never heard of a guy before, and I've never raced with him before, but he's sitting there in P3 on his debut. That I think it's his debut. I'm not too sure, but certainly the first time I've done commentary on it. Then we've got David. He's always there and thereabouts as well. And then we have this guy. Well, what can I say? I've told you all before. This is the guy that walks the street late at night, knocking on people's doors, harassing people for his tin of Guinness Zero, sort of generally stalking the area and sending people selfies and photographs and videos of him walking about the streets. Now, I know the police in the area are well aware that he's doing this, but, you know, if you do see anything on Crime Watch or anything that you might think that represents Matty, just please hand him over. He's dangerous to the community, and it would be best that he was put in somewhere a little safer environment for a while. Then we have Unicorn. This is Unicorn we're on board with now. This is the guy that gets grumpy if Gavin doesn't give him enough commentary. And he's my long-lost nephew. He calls me Uncle Gavin. If it's the same guy, if it's the same Unicorn, I think it is. But he's driving this Haas, and he's in 7th position tonight. And I don't know, the only person that might have a chance of making a position tonight is David. And we'll ride on with him. He seems to be the closest, and He's the only one that can make a move between now and the end of the race unless there's a mistake made. But most of the gaps, well, here's Quick Pig. I forgot you, sir. You're very, very, very much on the tail of David and that Mercedes. So the McLaren's going well, and he's got the possibility of a very possible P2, P3 here. Mad Mark's ended up in the pits, and we'll just go on to Mad Mark here and just see exactly what he's doing. But out he comes, and he's on the softs, and he's only going to do 8 laps on the softs. So for me, that's perfectly good strategy. 10 laps is probably okay too. And Willie Asp, he's down in 8th position at the moment, and he's on the softs. He's another guy that I'm not too sure whether I've done commentary on before, is Willie Asp, but he's driving the Aston Martin tonight. And I must just have a look down the drivers list for this bronze lead, but there are a couple of people missing. But I'll get on that. But I'm just going to jump onto this race, this part of the race here. So we've got David, and he's now made that move on Quit Pig, and he's now making the move on Denelli up. So he's got himself a very solid P3 now. But he's 9.5 seconds behind Mad Mark V55, and Mad Mark V55 is 1.7 behind PGF RVJ. So it's all starting to pan out now, and I'm just going to have a look at the stops. Everybody's made their stop. So this should be a playing field that's equal, because I don't think there'll be any more stops now. So just have a look at the situation here. We've got Mad Mark V55, who was cruising. He's now in the DRS zone of PGF RVJ, although it doesn't see him on the camera. He must be just round this corner. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong person. Silly Gavin. Oh, that's a commentator bummer there. Mad Mark is in the DRS zone, and he's going to make short work of this. And he's going to speed on, and I would say he'll have a modest lead of about 3 seconds at the end of this race. Although he's up against the hards, and they might just come good as his tyres go off. But here's a modest overtake. And it's goodbye to PGF RVJ, and I wouldn't be surprised now if we see quite a serious bit of separation. And Mad Mark will squeeze the battery as much as he can out of these corners just to get that speed and get PGF RVJ into the DRS zone, out of it even ASAP. And look how ASAP, oh my god, it's done. It's done and it's over. So if Mad Mark can just gain another sort of half a second here, Mad Mark can then go back into his cruise control, light up the vape, and get the refill of the wine. But we've got a fight here that we could watch, and that's for P3, and that's David is now charging Quit Pig. And Quit Pig's given away a few positions here. And I don't know what's happened there, but he's just slowed down ever so slightly as we're on the helicopter view tonight. I wonder what our helicopter pilot is called tonight. It might be Ben Wally, actually. I seen him in the airport earlier. So he might have just jumped into his chopper and gone up and done a bit of helicopter camera work. So if it is you, Ben, what about you, Mud? What about you? So here we go. We're going to have to ride on board David, and he's got that McLaren in his sight of Quit Pig. He's gaining, and gaining. And if he can keep this right-hander up here nice and sharp, and just get a wee bit of distance on the right, and he's lining himself up now to get himself right on the tail of the McLaren, so that he can pick and choose what DRS zone he chooses to make the pass. I don't think he'll do it on the first one, but I do expect him to do it on the start-finish grid. So let's just see if David does do that. And as I speak, Mad Mark V55 is now pulled away a 1.9 seconds He gets a bit squirrely. You can't ride that curb as much as that. That could have been much more dangerous than that. So you got away with that there, David. Well done, sir, for rescuing it. That could have ended up in a burley. So he's driving nice and patiently, is David. He's not showing any signs of stress or anxiety. He's just slowly but surely creeping up to the tail end. Going to ride on board Matty. He's all out on his own, but I'm just wanting to give him a bit of love and give him a bit of camera time. There it is. There's Matty's Red Bull. All out on his own. Everybody's out on their own now. There's nobody having a race. What a poor night for commentary. No excitement at all. The only excitement's number 1 place, and that's Mad Mark, who's just keeping it in 7th gear all the way around here so that he doesn't win the race by too much in case the boys in charge catch on to him. See if he's listening. I bet you he's wetting his legs because he knows fucking rightly I'm on to him. But let's see if PGF RBJ can make a race of this. He's in 2nd position, and rightly so. He's had a good race. But he's on the hard tyres. He's got 10 laps against Mad Mark's 5 lap softs. So if I was a betting man, I would say Mad Mark's soft tyres are probably sitting at the late 60s to 70%, maybe slightly over. But one thing I will tell you is his left-hand tyres will be wearing a lot quicker than the right-hand tyres. And that's for whatever reason. I was doing a little bit of studying on it earlier, and I would be interested to see if Mad Mark actually verifies that. But I was finding that the lefts were scrubbing really quick and the rights were surviving quite well. And that's useful information as PGF RBJ risks it again by just clipping the grass. So he has lost a wee bit of concentration here. And Deleliop has just picked up a penalty. And apart from that, that's really it, guys. So Mad Mark's going to approach the 3-second time gap here, and he's harvesting as well. He's making hay. So while he's making hay, he's increasing the lead. Lap 23 of 25. Not the most exciting race of evening tonight, but it's been clean enough. But I'm going to go on with the last position at the moment, and that's Unicorn, because Unicorn could do a wee bit of redemption here. He could redeem himself, and he could take Woolly Asp. Possibly not on this corner, but if you take these two guys, you could end up in P6 here, or possibly P5 Unicorn. So, come on, let's be having you. Although you are carrying penalties, let's just see what you've got. You've only got 3 seconds, so let's make your first move now. Takes that Aston Martin quite easily and just gaps him very quickly as well. So he's got now 28 seconds to gain in 2 laps. So 2.4 seconds. Try and catch Denelli up in the Ferrari, and we're on with him, and we're just having a little look behind, and there's that pass of Unicorn going round. I don't think Unicorn can catch the guy, but Denelli up's making quite a few errors tonight. I'm picking up on them. So Denelli up just having a great race, buddy, but you're making a few errors, so that's actually a good sign. Tidy up those errors and you'll have a good, clean, steady race when the season starts next week. It's good to have you on board, sir, and you're very, very welcome. And you're driving great. first night out with us, and you're in P6 at the moment. So, but you do have Unicorn making a chase. And Unicorn has pulled that in now to under 2 seconds. And as you can see, Unicorn's wearing his purple helmet this evening. He's being aided by that wonderful purple. So we're on the final lap, and I'm not going to stay on anybody, only the leaders as they come in, and I'll stay on with this Alpine of Mad Mark, who has had a flawless drive, to be honest with you. Got the strategy perfect, got the pit stop into the pits perfect, driving just really smoothly. He'll be really, really happy. I know he's, we're having a laugh here and stuff like that, but Mad Mark, he's driving hard to get this position. It's a 3.1 second lead there in a 25 lap race, so that's not to be sniffed at, but he is certainly throwing the gauntlet down to the rest of the bronze drivers. So, round the bank he comes. Full throttle. 95% of the battery gives Uncle Gavin a big, big swirl. Second comes PGF RVJ. Fantastic 2 places. Mad Mark and PG take a bow. And along comes Quit Pig in the McLaren. He gets a P3. And then David in the Mercedes in a P4. Then comes our friend Matty. Matty's looking for that kind of tin of Guinness Zero. But you're not going to get it out there, buddy. You're going to have to stop in the left-hand shop there. And you're going to have about £5 on you. Have a go. Here he comes. It's Matty over the line in P5. Well done, Matty. And now Unicorn, the long-lost nephew of Uncle Gavin, is driving this fast car. And he's going round the final few corners before this fast part of the course. But he didn't have what it took to catch Matty. But he did have what it took to take Denelli up. And Willie, unfortunately, takes a P8. But over he comes. Give us a wiggle if you're watching. Anybody. And there's the Ferrari of Denelli up and the Aston Martin. So that was us this evening, guys. And just to give you all a bit of an idea what's going on now, I'm going to race in the silver division now. And Matty is the commentator for that league. And then also Mad Mark V55 is the gold commentator. And he also starts at 8 o'clock for the gold league. So I would definitely give you the shout out to go and tune into those guys, because they can both give one hell of a good commentary on some great racing in those leagues. So from me, it's Gavin Bass 1 on a Monday evening. As you well know, it's RPL and it's the bronze division, and we were in the Netherlands. And we'll just see the champagne celebrations out. And we'll just go over it one more time before we stop the stream. And there's the Mad Mark gets the race winner. Fastest lap gets David. Driver of the day gets Quit Pig, and the most overtake gets Quit Pig gets that as well. So I think really, to a degree, everybody was a driver of the day. They had a clean race. Mad Mark, for obvious reasons, is driver of the day for me. And well done to everybody this evening on what was quite an enjoyable race. Not much fun to commentate on, but it was quite enjoyable. And well done to everybody who had watched the stream or wants to watch it back later. All a bit of fun at this stage, but I can assure you the fun is definitely going to go out of it from next Monday night, because it's down to serious racing. And I certainly have the same attitude for the Silver League. I'm not going into that league this year to race and just try and be at the back. I am wanting to have a go for podiums this year. So on that note, it's Gavin Bass 1. Even though I've got a recovering broken wrist, I will try. And if it gets too painful, I'll know to give up in good time. But again, well done to all the drivers tonight. Well done to Mad Mark and those who got the podium. And it's good night from Gavin Bass 1 from the RPL Bronze League on a Monday evening. Keep her lit, lads, and good night.
Gavin Bass one on the microphone. The energy is high, feel the vibe in the zone. Engines roar as the lights go down. Racers ready, it's a battle for the crown. Who will rise? Who will stand tall? On the top step, they'll answer the call. With hearts racing and spirits ignited, the champion's moment is finally sighted. Adrenaline pumping, the crowd is alive. Speeding through corners, they take the dive. Every lap counts, the stakes are set. In this game of skill, there's no room for regret. Listen closely, hear the engine scream. Chasing glory, living the dream. Battles unfold on the asphalt track. In pursuit of victory, there's no turning back. Feel the thrill as the tires grip tight. Under the stars, everything